It's not gonna help you. And it will kill me. I'll give you anything you want. Money, a job, you name it. You want me to beg? I'll beg.
Paulina.
Hello, Mother. Yes, it's me. I know I did, but I have to call you to warn you about a call you might be getting. It's from the hospital. Someone's checking up on me. Because they do that sometimes, Mother, all right? I don't want you to say anything. That's why I'm calling you. It's very important that you don't say anything to anyone. Are you listening to me, Mother? I'll have to call you later. Bye. Yes?
We need to talk.
Sounds serious.
I've been in surgery practically nonstop since we got back from Chicago.
I know, I missed you. Have I done something?
You tell me, Taylor.
John.
What are you doing to my wife?
I checked on Kathleen.
How's she doing?
How are you?
Hanging in.
You sure about that?
What are my options at this point?
Darling, I'm sure you and Cass can have your wedding soon, maybe even tomorrow.
We'll see.
Would you talk to me, please? Look at me.
I can't.
Why not?
Because I've managed not to cry so far, but if I see you feeling sorry for me, the floodgates are going to open up.
Would that be so bad?
Yeah, well, it wouldn't help.
I wish you'd let yourself off the hook a little bit. I mean, Frankie, this woman shows up in the middle of your vows and passes out.
Yeah. Impeccable timing, huh?
You don't think it was intentional?
I don't know what to think about anything or anybody anymore.
Well, if it's any consolation, Cass is really struggling with this.
I know he is. And it's not. Frankie, your father's back. It's good.
I'm so sorry about all of this. Is there anything that I can do to make up for it? Besides go back to where I came from?
It's not your fault. I know Ryan brought you here because he didn't know what else to do.
I just started feeling worse when I was upstairs. I couldn't breathe. I never would have come down here and disrupted your ceremony if I thought...
Kathleen, no ifs, okay? You're sick. You've been under a lot of pressure. I understand. We all understand.
Frankie, I'd brain me if I were you.
But you're not me, are you?
Excuse me.
Charlene.
Excuse, we'll be right back. Frankie, this has got to stop.
I'm getting scolded? The last time I looked, I didn't do anything
wrong.
wrong.
You're eating yourself up from the inside out.
I am doing the best I
But
can.
you're not taking a stand, Frankie. One way or another, you have to choose.
Between what? Between staying with Cass or not staying with
And
Cass?
letting them both know how you feel.
I cannot have this conversation
Frankie,
right now. Charlene, I cannot.
Everything all right in here?
I think you should probably ask Frankie that question.
Michael, I need to get back to John at the hospital. Could you give me that ride?
Sure, I'd be glad to.
Thank you.
Cass, I guess I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Thank you. Kathleen?
Thanks for coming, Michael.
She needs you.
Thanks for everything.
I think I should probably go too, Cass.
Brian told you to wait until you get the all clear from him.
I'm sure everything is fine, okay? Can you guys give me a ride home?
Sure.
My guard's still outside.
That's all right. More the merrier. Cass, we'll make sure that Kathleen is safe before we leave her alone, okay?
Okay. If you need anything, call, okay?
Isn't that how all of this started in the first place? I'm so sorry, Cass, for everything.
I'll talk to you in the morning.
Frankie. Good night. Feel better.
You look beautiful.
Tried.
I know. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Take care. I'm sorry.
I'm just worried about Frankie. She looks like she's about to break in two.
You know, the frustrating thing is there's nothing anyone can do.
Well, Cass could do something. Could make up his mind.
It seems that no one is actually saying how they feel about anything.
You know, I'm not really mad at anything but the situation. I'm not even angry at Kathleen, really. I mean, she didn't ask for any of this. It can't be easy on her.
No, it can't.
Although, I've never been a great believer in coincidence.
Oh, wait a minute. You don't think Kathleen was trying to bust up the wedding, do you?
I couldn't prove anything.
Wait a minute. You just said you didn't think it was her fault.
So I lied.
Oh, I see.
I mean, Michael, think about it. The woman shows up in the middle of her ex-husband's wedding, an ex-husband that she never really wanted to lose. And then before they can even exchange vows, she faints dead away. Come on.
All right, well, let's say you're right. I mean, you got to admit it was effective.
I mean, I know Kathleen's been through hell. She's made a lot of sacrifices, but this has been no day at the beach for Frankie.
No, it hasn't. But come on, you don't really think Kathleen would pull a stunt like that, do you?
Some people...
Wait a
do
minute,
anything
Charlene, I got to tell you, I never thought you were the suspicious type.
I never used to be.
What, until now?
It's hard to trust anyone anymore, Michael. Is that mall still open?
I don't know. Why?
Could we make a detour?
This time of night?
Gregory had this little music box that used to really calm him down, and somehow it got broken, and the changing table's never been the same since.
Ah, well, I get that point.
So, does Michael Hudson do malls?
Yeah, provided that you let me treat you to the new music box.
Oh, your arm, Uncle Mike. Turn here.
Okay, fine. All right. How'd the old music box get broken?
I don't know. I still can't figure it out. It was just a little carousel. It wasn't flimsy, and it looked almost as if someone smashed it.
What exactly has Charlene said to you, John?
For one thing, our babysitting service was told that we didn't need the girl that we had hired to take care of Gregory.
So what does that have to do with me?
Well, Charlene got a message saying that the girl had taken another job and couldn't work for us.
So there was a mix-up. I don't understand
She
why
got
you're talking...
the message from you. And then there was Charlene's baby shower. That was another mix-up, wasn't it?
You're really confusing me.
I talked to Donna. She told me that the shower was supposed to have been a surprise and that you wanted to be the one to tell Charlene when and where it was going to be. Only Charlene got the wrong date.
I admitted to Charlene that this was my fault.
And then you turned around and told her that she was confused and that you had to cover for her.
I don't like your tone, John.
And isn't it just a little bit odd that you just happened to be the one to find Charlene in that warehouse where she could have been killed or lost our baby?
All of these things that you're saying...
Look, every time one of these things has happened, you have told Charlene that they have happened as a result of her illness, proof that she has a serious mental disorder. Yet, it's a little bit strange that each and every one of these incidents can be traced back to you.
You're upset, John. You're saying things that you're very much going to regret.
What's going on, Taylor?
It's really sad. She's even managed to convince you.
Yes, she has.
This is all in her head. She has gotten so good at hiding her problems that she has you convinced that I'm behind it all.
I know my wife.
No, you don't. You see what you want to see because you want her to be well.
She is well.
She is this close to a psychotic breakdown, and you can't face it.
Taylor, you're wrong.
And You have lost your professional objectivity.
No, come on, Taylor. Now, don't turn this around. We're not talking about me. We're talking about you. And I want to know what you want so badly.
Hold it 1 minute. I am a professional. I was Charlene's doctor, and I pulled her out of an unbelievably serious mental disorder. So don't you start hurling accusations at me.
I want some answers.
Obviously, I've gotten too close.
Obviously, you have.
I got close because I cared about Charlene, because I cared about you. It seems that I was wrong to think that we could become real friends.
You can be a friend or you can be a therapist. You cannot be both.
It seems that I can't be either.
Charlene also seems to think that you are interested in me.
Oh, I just bet she does.
That's not in her head, Taylor. You and I had talked about it last week.
And I told you that you were way off
And then you
base.
just happened to get us adjoining rooms at
Wait
the
a
hotel.
minute.
And then you walked into my room half naked.
My shower was broken. This is unbelievable.
This has to stop.
Well, that is the first sensible thing you've said since you stepped into this
What, are
room.
you going to stand here and deny that something's happened?
Charlene's doing this to you.
No. No, she's not, Taylor. I draw my own conclusions.
Then it's Charlie. Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought that she's gotten really good at hiding her other personality from you? Charlie's found another way to fight.
What are you talking about?
She got caught before. She took too many chances. So she's gotten a lot more shrewd. And now she's got you completely fooled.
Is that what you're telling Charlene?
Your wife is a very intelligent woman. But she's not cured. Her personality is no longer integrated. And she's pulling a fast one on everybody. She needs to be hospitalized, John. She's sick. She needs help. This may be your last chance to save her. Now you let me help you save her. Now. Thanks again.
What happened here tonight, anyway?
Place looked like this when I came in. I don't know.
Well, yeah, when you didn't come and meet me, I thought I better come back here and see if you're all right.
You knew I was here.
Paulina, I gave you the message, remember? From Matt.
Right. I'm sorry, Gran. I'm really out of it tonight.
Wait, what frightened you so much?
I must have got my signals mixed up because Matt never showed up.
You've been here alone all along?
Yeah, I waited for him and then he never showed up, so I called the house and I guess I was just worried about what could have happened to him, you know? Just so glad to see you.
Well, good. Listen, we can get out of here then, can't we?
I'm sorry, Grant. I'm sorry that I kept you waiting.
Forget it. We can go get some dinner. How about that?
I'm not sure if that's such a good idea.
Why not?
Well, I have to do some planning. I might be going away for a few days.
Wait a minute. Tonight?
Well, I just need to get away for a few days, yeah.
Paulina, why don't you tell me what the hell is going on?
I didn't think I had to clear every choice that I made with you, Grant. I'm sorry.
Look, am I pressuring you too much?
No, of course not.
I mean, have I come on too strong? I mean, is that why you feel the need that you have to get away?
Grant, I don't want to get away from you. You have to believe that.
You just don't think that I'm in this for the long haul, is that it?
What do you mean?
You don't think I'm serious about you?
No, that's not true. I know you are.
But do you know how much?
Grant, I'm sorry if I doubt you sometimes. It's just that people say things, you know, and it doesn't end up meaning a whole lot in the end.
Look, I'm different. I want you in my life, Paulina. I care about you. Don't you want the same thing?
Oh, Grant. You know I do.
Well, good. Why don't we get out of here? This neon is giving me a headache.
Where would you like to go?
Well, I think maybe we should go someplace where there's a lot better lighting. What do you say? And what do you think? Do you think maybe we can salvage this evening?
You're so good to me. Nobody has ever cared about me like you do.
Thank you. Paulina Corey has an account here, right?
Yes, sir.
She wanted me to be her guest. If you don't believe me, you can clear it with her first.
Your name, sir?
Jake McKinnon. The Phoenix.
These papers are from Miss Glide. Can you make sure she gets them? Thanks a lot.
Good evening, counselor. Would you like to have a drink?
Drop dead.
No, thank you. I've got too much to live for. Ah, come on, Stacy. I hate to drink alone.
Jake, I represented Marley, Donna, and Michael, 3 people that you hurt badly. And if that isn't enough for you, I don't want to drink with you.
Well, you did a good job with Donna and Michael yourself. You took the tape I made and you used it to take their little baby.
You're disgusting.
So are you.
At least I'm sorry for what I did.
So am I. I'm gonna show all of you.
You just leave Marley alone. Leave everyone alone, Jake.
Good night, Stacy.
Marley has finally gotten her life back together after the mess you made of it, Jake. And she's done it with Jamie's love and support. They happen to be crazy about each other, so let them alone. Of course, if you're really as different as you say you are, you'll understand that, right, pal?
You want me to commit my wife?
It's the only way.
Never.
Then you believe everything she's told you? You think that I tried to harm her?
I want you to tell me what's been going on.
What's going on, John, is a major snow job.
I thought you cared for her.
You don't think that I do? After everything I've done for you both?
How could any of these things have happened if you didn't know something about them?
I am not explaining anything.
Then I guess I'll just have to go with the evidence.
Well, let me just get this straight. You think that I've betrayed the both of you as a friend. You think that I've compromised my own professional credibility and broken a few moral and ethical laws along the way. John, you know me. How could you even think these horrible things?
Are they true?
This is getting us nowhere. Oh, I'm just glad I've taken the steps that I've taken. I've learned from my past mistakes.
Wait a minute, what steps? What are you talking about?
I contacted the ethics committee about Charlene's
You
case.
what?
I saw the signs. I knew it was really possible that she could undermine me, that she could get you to believe anything she said. And I'm sorry to say that I was right on the money.
Wow, you are really, really good at covering your tracks, aren't you?
I don't have to stand here and be insulted. Not by you.
What happened in Philadelphia, Taylor?
I want you to leave.
What really happened to Brian James?
Brian James was a very sick young man, and he nearly ruined my career. But I told you that myself. You make me sorry that I ever confided in you.
What did you do to him, Taylor? Did you try to convince him that he was crazy too?
Please go.
How could this happen? I trusted you. So did Charlene. You were so good to me when she was gone.
And this is how you repay me.
So that's it. You're not going to talk about this at all, are you?
What's the point? You would rather believe a woman with a history of serious mental illness.
Yes, I would.
Then there's nothing more to say. John! I know you're torn. And if I were in your position, I would probably feel the same way. But we were friends. We were really good friends.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought so too.
You can't do this to us, Charlene. You can't destroy John. And you can't have him.
The View has changed mornings across America. The New York Times.
Is it safe?
Thank you. He's a barrel of laughs, isn't he?
Well, this can't last forever,
I
honey.
don't know about that. Listen, can I get you some tea or something?
No, I'll make it for both of us in a minute.
Felicia, I know that I've got the flu, and I know I took a nosedive a few hours ago, but I'm better now. Jamie checked me out, so I know I can boil water. He said so.
Kathleen, I asked Luke to leave me here for a reason.
Felicia, I'm a little talked out.
Not about some things, you're not.
You know me too well.
Yes, I do.
Felicia, I just feel... I spent the last few years in hiding, right? And I came back because I thought I could get some peace and maybe get a semblance of my old life back. And all I've gotten is a new kind of isolation and a whole new kind of heartache.
Meaning Cass.
You know, before I just missed him. Well, not just missed him. I missed him so much I thought I'd die. But I could tell myself that I was keeping him alive. Then I had Joe. Joe, where the hell is he?
Still no word about him.
People keep telling me that he just needs time, but I know something's wrong. I know that he's hurt.
Kathleen, do you love Joe?
Yes. But I'm not in love with him.
Which brings us right to Cass.
Felicia, I didn't plan for this
Oh,
to happen.
honey, I know that.
And I feel terrible about what this is doing to Frankie.
It's not easy for any of you.
I know what this is. I know exactly how Cass feels about her.
Well, you don't marry somebody you're kind of lukewarm about. That's true.
What about the feelings that he has for me? Don't you think that he needs to deal with that before he gets himself legally tied to Frankie?
Honey, what are you saying?
I'm saying that deep down, something is gnawing at Cass. And he won't be able to spend the rest of his life with Frankie unless he acknowledges that.
And you believe you're the source of that gnawing?
Oh, I know I am. The question is, what do I do about it?
It's nice.
I thought it was cool enough to have a fire tonight.
Might be the last one of the season. Or it might not.
Who was out on the phone just now?
Dean, he's checking out a new band in an after-hours club in Chicago, so he won't be back until the morning.
In time for breakfast, huh?
Of course.
I like our life here, Frankie.
Never a dull moment.
Can I say something?
Sure.
I didn't want to lie in bed with you one more night without being married.
What's the matter, counselor? Is living in sin wearing a bit thin?
I mean it. That's why I put such a rush order on our wedding today. I wanted to try and make up for the time we've lost since
you brought Kathleen back.
I know how hard this has been for you, Frankie. Really, I do.
Well, life has not been a picnic for you either, my friend.
I miss you.
I'm right here.
Are you?
Can't you tell?
I don't want to lose you.
You haven't.
I need you. So much.
Thanks.
What Eris is paying for Jake's tab this time.
What?
He's flat broke and sitting over there working his way through an imported bottle of brandy.
Who cares?
Well, just a little observation, you know?
Can we order? I'm starving.
Sure. Why don't you go ahead? Listen, I want to talk to Lucas. I'll be right back, all right?
Right on, all right?
Lucas, can I have a word with you?
Sure. What's going on?
Can we talk in private?
Okay. So, what's up?
I want to know why you're working for Carl Hutchins.
Oh, that's direct.
Well, have you got an answer for me?
No.
That's a very bad move, you know.
Now, what makes you think that you have the right to ask me about my business?
It's got a lot more than keeping an eye on Carl Hutchins for Felicia's sake.
This is none of your affair.
Look, I want to know what gives, Lucas. And you're not going back inside until you're straight with me.
Whoa, I'm surprised you have an appetite.
Don't do this here.
Well, it wasn't an hour ago when you were begging me to keep our little secret, and now you're with your boyfriend settling in for a little nouveau late-night supping.
Get away from me.
I'm sorry?
I said get out of that chair, go back to your table, and get out of my life.
This is the way that you treat someone you shot?
Just leave me alone, Jake.
Okay. I'll see ya. In court.
He's so big. He's gained 4.5 pounds already.
Linebacker.
No, my son is not playing football. He'll be lucky if I let him out in the rain without an umbrella when he's 18.
Oh, I can't wait to see you try to tell him not to go outside when he towers 3 feet over your head.
I was wondering when you guys were going to get here. He's up late, isn't he?
Well, I tried to keep him asleep when I picked him up from the sitter, but no such luck.
Well, I kind of woke him up. Blame me, John.
How was the wedding?
It never happened.
What?
It's a long story. I'll tell you later.
All right, you ready to go?
Yes, I am. I gotta get this little fella home and fed. It's just water. There you go. How did things go here?
Well, we'll talk later.
Oh, okay.
Here, let me give you this. You don't want to forget it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And thanks for the ride, darling.
It's my pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Bye, pal.
Oh, look what we found. Look, it plays the same tune and everything.
Oh, that's great, but I was really hoping that we get him hooked on the Rolling Stones.
John.
I've got to drop this chart off. Give me 5 minutes, okay?
Okay.
You mind if I tag along with you? Sure. All right. Charlene, thanks so much for everything, and buddy, I certainly hope you sleep through the night.
Yeah, from your lips to God's ears.
I'll bet. Bye.
Bye.
So the wedding was a no-go?
Yeah, can you believe it? Cass and Frankie are so upset.
Oh, it's not off for good, is it?
No, I don't think so. It's just very hard. Would you do me a favor? Would you mind holding him for a few more minutes?
You don't have to ask twice.
You won't get in trouble?
Me? Nah. I run this joint.
There you go, John.
Yeah.
There. Now, great. I just want to call Frankie before it gets too late, okay?
You
You'll be
go
good.
ahead. We'll be fine.
Good.
John, if any of this is true, I mean, any of this at all is
I know.
Now, who was it you talked to? Her sister?
No, Taylor's sister-in-law. She didn't make any direct accusations, but I suspect she wanted to.
All right, I will initiate a board inquiry first thing in the morning.
You might run into trouble.
Like hell, I will.
Taylor's already written the ethics board, warning them about Charlene's suspicions.
Boy, she's really covered her behind, hasn't
She's
she?
thought it all out very carefully.
John, are you absolutely sure?
I can't prove anything, but I know what's happened, and I believe what Charlene is telling me.
Is there any possibility that you wouldn't know if Charlene was ill again?
Charlene is not sick. Taylor's up to something. I'm just not
Okay.
sure that I can prove it.
All right, well, then what are you going to do?
Just have to wait for her to make a mistake.
Well, she's bound to do that eventually.
In the meantime, I don't want her anywhere near Gregory or Charlene.
Don't push me, Taylor.
It seems to me you're the one who's doing the pushing, Charlene. Can't you see what you're doing to yourself and to
I
your
have
family?
nothing to say to you.
You know that I'm right, and I know exactly what you're up to.
I'm not up to anything, and I have nothing to say to you.
You're going to lose him if you keep this up.
What?
Can't you see that you're driving John away? Or maybe that's what you want. Right, Charlene?
If you're waiting for my head to spin around and my voice to drop an octave, you can wait all night.
What I want is for you to be well.
What you want is for me to be out of the way so you can step into my life.
The last thing I want is your life. Believe me, Charlene.
You stay away from me and you stay away from my family.
You're ill and you need help.
No, you're the one who needs help.
Can't you see how defensive you are? You're sick. You can't face it, so you're trying to blame me and ruin my career in the process.
You ruined your career yourself in Philadelphia.
What are you saying? The nursery is upstairs. This is a hospital, not a daycare center. Am I understood? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Sally. You know the regulations, and I just don't want to see you get in trouble. Gregory.
crime committee that I chair wants to know a lot more about Hutchins.
Good for them. Listen, why don't you do your job and I'll do mine, all right?
So just what is your angle?
He's a challenge.
You know, he's as crooked as he can be, and you know it.
I don't know anything of the kind. He's a client. I manage his PR. He pays me. I don't ask him about his business. He doesn't ask me about mine.
I need to know a lot more about him, Lucas.
Well, you're gonna have to get another source, because I'm not your man.
I was using that.
Who are you calling?
The police?
You're bluffing.
You really want to call me on it?
Jake, don't do this to me now, all right?
Is there a better time to do it to you?
You want money. If you tell the police, I go to jail.
In all likelihood.
I think we should talk.
You told me to get lost when you were right over there.
Damn it, Jake, just tell me what you want.
You'll know when I want it, whatever it is. You know, on second thought, I'm bushed. It's been quite an evening, don't you think?
Why are you doing this? Why do you have to do this?
You even have to ask? Oh, Paulina. I had dinner and a couple of drinks, and I put it on your tab. Here. Good night, Paulina.
Well, what was that all about?
Nothing.
No? You know, I'm really tired of this, Paulina.
Tired of what?
I want to know what's going on between the two of you. And for once, I want the truth.
They say a baby changes everything.
Appreciate the third degree, Grant.
But you're standing here seething. Every time you see this man, the blood goes right out of your cheeks. And I ask you what's wrong, and you say nothing?
I didn't know that Jake would be here tonight.
Are you still seeing him?
No.
Then what is it?
He likes talking to me, I guess.
And you don't like talking to him.
No, Grant, I don't. I don't have a lot of good memories where Jake is concerned.
Then why don't you let me handle him?
No. Absolutely not. You understand? You have done plenty for me.
Can't you just understand the fact that I care for you?
Grant, handling Jake isn't going to prove that to me.
Then what is?
You know, there are a lot of things that you don't share with me. I mean, I know nothing about where you come from. Your brother hardly gives me the time of day. Every time I ask you about your father, you change the subject.
I do?
Yes, and sometimes it makes me feel like there's not a whole lot of importance to what we have.
Well, I guess you told me, didn't you?
Grant, I don't want to fight with you.
Okay.
But you have to believe me when I tell you that I am not interested in Jake McKinnon. That ended a long time ago. And if I could forget it ever happened, I would, believe me.
Fine.
And if I get a little upset when I see him, it's not because I want him back.
Okay.
Why are you smiling at me?
Well, do you still want to know all about my life?
If you want to tell me about it.
Well, is tomorrow too soon?
Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. By sunset tomorrow, you will know more about me than you ever wanted to. I promise.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, I'm so glad you could meet me here.
What a day.
I know. Look, have you talked to Cass since you left their house?
Oh, I tried calling, but I got the answering machine.
Well, I was one of the last to leave. Cass and Frankie were alone.
This whole thing is so complicated.
I know.
How's Frankie doing?
Frankie seems battle-weary.
Cass doesn't know what he's doing. I don't know how much longer Frankie can stick it out.
Well, Frankie loves him enough to tough it out.
She's competing against the biggest, most passionate love affair. I mean, she doesn't have any idea what Cass and Kathleen are. I mean, they're like Cass and Kathleen.
Right. But Frankie has stood by him through an awful lot. I mean, she's been there for him when a lot of things have gone wrong.
I know how hard it is to someone's first and biggest love of their life. It's not easy.
Yeah, but sometimes hanging in there can be worth it.
want him back, don't you?
I always have.
Have you talked about this? I mean, how you feel?
He loves Frankie.
I know that.
And he loves me.
He's actually told you that.
Felicia, I can see how he feels.
Honey, the two of you haven't...
No, Felicia, but I think that's one of the reasons why he almost got married today.
What the hell are you gonna do?
I know I can't just sit back and do nothing.
Okay?
I want to be in my own home with the man that I love. That is what I want. And all I can think about is that she is in her home with him. They didn't get married today, but they might as well have. She has him. And I'm alone.
Honey, I don't know what you want me to say. I don't know who I'm supposed to root for here.
Don't you?
No, I don't. If how I'm feeling is any indication of how Cass is
Felicia,
feeling...
can you honestly say that whatever Cass has with Frankie, and I'm not saying that it wasn't good for him or it didn't serve its purpose.
Kathleen, now wait a minute
Felicia,
here.
please, I need you to tell me the truth here. Is Cass better off with Frankie, or should he be with me?
Next, get back to business with a Dallas double play. Later, spend some time with the naughty neighbors of Melrose Place.
Hey, where's Gregory?
He needed a change, and Sally insisted.
She actually volunteered?
Yeah, do you believe that?
Charlene, what's wrong?
I saw Taylor.
What did she say?
It wasn't nice.
I had a little run-in with her myself. She insisted I have you committed.
You still believe in me, John?
Of course I do. You must know that.
Yeah, but John, she's very good at this. You should hear the way she talks to me. It's like she feels she can pull these reactions right out of me, like she has control over what I do.
Come on, let's get the hell out of here. I've had enough of this place for one day.
Let me get this.
All right.
John, wait. Do you remember the other day when we found the carousel broken on the floor?
Yeah?
And Taylor came by, right?
Yeah, she did.
Did you play this? Or did you play the carousel for Gregory when she was there?
Yeah.
What did she do?
Taylor, wait a minute. She became very uncomfortable and left the room. Why?
Because Sally just played this and Taylor lost it. I wonder why. Take the ticket, Taylor.
No.
I said, take the ticket and get on the carousel.
Kathleen, I can't answer that question.
You can't.
I can't.
You can't, exactly. Only Cass can make that decision. And I'm going to give him the chance.
Give him a chance. How? What is it you're gonna do?
Fight.
And Frankie?
Frankie, Cass, me. Felicia, I can't just back off because it's etiquette. Or it's the right thing to do. I mean, who knows what the right thing is anymore?
Kathleen, please, you gotta think about
I
this.
thought that I could let him go. That's why I haven't been happy for the last 4 years. It's why I haven't been happy for 10 minutes since I've been back. And I'm not gonna be happy unless I fight to get him back.
All right, now what happens? What happens if he decides to stay with Frankie? Then what?
Well, like the book says, I'll think about that tomorrow. But I'm gonna get him back.
Will love conquer all? Or are the residents of Salem destined to be miserable? Find out who's pursuing who and who's left brokenhearted. Days of Our Lives, tonight at 11, only on SoapNet.